Joined by head coach Boo Major as the Gamecocks get set to head out to Fresno State. First road meet of the year, and it's Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time. Coach, another top 10 battle and the first road competition of the year. How prepared do you think the team is to compete at somebody else's facility for the first time?
Well, I think we're prepared as we can be. I mean, we have been waiting all fall to be able to go out and go to an away competition. So, you know, unfortunately, the way the cards were this fall, we had a whole bunch of home meets to start with, and then are finally being able to go on the road. So I think these girls are more than anxious and happy and ready to get on the road. We're really excited to be traveling all the way to California for our first road trip, and we know that Fresno State is a very good team. They beat Auburn earlier in the year when they were #1, so we know we've got our work cut out for us. They have a great group of riders, and I know they're going to put on a fantastic competition, but we've got to just stay concentrating on us and trying to ride as best we can away from home.
You had another couple of SEC Riders of the Month announced on Wednesday, Reagan Renfro and Paige Stopprich as well. So now 4 different Gamecocks have been SEC monthly honorees in only 2 months. And I got to think that speaks to the depth of the team, something you and I have talked about before, but a lot of different riders are earning points and winning MOPs, and it really has been an incredibly balanced effort so far.
It really has been, and I think we're seeing a lot of riders that are just getting in and are new. I think, you know, Reagan, she's nursing a broken finger right now, so she's not going to be traveling with us to Fresno State. However, I think Paige has really proved herself as a starter for the consistent riding that she's done in October. She's just continuing to get better and better. I think the true test is going to be going out and, you know, getting on some unfamiliar horses, and how well can we adapt to the horses that may not go the way we want them to go. And I think that's going to be the real test of all these riders. They, you know, yes, we've gotten a lot of SEC accolades, but that's been on our own horses. So I'm looking forward to seeing what our girls can do when we're away from home.
And Coach, you mentioned when you guys go on the road, you know, you ride a unique set of horses, and that's a challenge that some of these riders will be facing for the first time. But there's a lot of other things that go into a road meet. Talk about what you hope to accomplish this weekend. Obviously a victory, and how you hope to go about that.
Well, I think we've got to keep our cool when we're there. You know, I think we've had some nerves in the past. You know, it's one thing to be nervous at home, but it's a whole nother thing to be nervous when you're on the road. So we've got to really be able to channel those nerves and use that to our advantage. I think just looking at the horses for what they are and not trying to override a horse that may or may not be capable of doing what we think it can do. But then in the same vein, we're also going to try to push those horses to the best of their ability and to the best of our riders' ability. So it's difficult. You know, we're going all the way across the country. We're in a different time zone. I think that our girls are very excited about traveling out there. We have a bunch of new folks that are traveling. There are very few on this trip that have been to Fresno before, so it's really going to be a new experience for everyone. And frankly, we've got quite a few that have never been to the West Coast, so I think it's going to be an exciting trip. We're going to have to, you know, calm some of that excitement and try to channel it into better riding. We're, you know, planning to have a lot of fun out in California, but we, you know, first things first, and that's us wanting to get out there and ride the best that we can at Fresno, and having a very good showing for our first away meet competition, just so that we can prove to ourselves that we're going to be just as effective away as we are at home.
Should be a lot of fun. Gamecocks in Fresno State Friday at 1 o'clock Eastern time. Coach, best of luck, and we'll talk to you when you get back.
Thanks, Rob.